Good evening and welcome to Does Football Stand, ladies and gentlemen. It's Darryl Johnson from Middlesbrough, North East of England tonight. Welcome to the United 0, Juventus 1 report. Well, it's hard. It is a hard result to take, and I know. We'll be honest with you, we were pretty cock. To be honest with you. I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the whole game, I watched the highlights. But looking at the highlights, we were totally outplayed. Now, I know putting the title better than I expected. That's because I was expecting Juventus to score about possibly 3, possibly 4. They didn't take their chances. They took one chance and that went in the net. Paulo Dybala with the goal. Well taken finish, I think, in the thingy. Leeds are winning, so Boa are now going to be second in the league. Look, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, we were pretty awful. There's no doubt about it. We didn't deserve to get a point out of that. If David De Gea was not in goal, we would have absolutely got tortured. But David De Gea obviously came up with a couple of decent saves to save us from getting embarrassed. We didn't get embarrassed, which I'm happy about. I know we lost. It's 3 points that we could have done with. But thank God that Valencia drew against Young Boys, because if Valencia hadn't drawn against Young Boys, Valencia had won, we could have been third. So we're still second in the group. Not by much. Our next game in the Champions League is away in Turin. It's in Turin, which is going to be a really tough game. And obviously it is against Juventus. The good thing about the other day was, one, we didn't get trashed. 2, we didn't play well, we got outclassed. But the good thing was Ronaldo did not score past us. So that was good. I'm just going to let people know that I am live, just in case they don't know. David normally used to know I'm live. Just let Dave know that I'm live. But I think when you look at Juventus' team, and they have all sorts of good talent in them. They had Dybala, who obviously scored that winning goal. I'll be honest with you, we were lucky not to get trashed, and I'm so glad that we only conceded 1 and not 4, 5, 6, 7. But Juventus, credit to Juventus, absolutely dominated the game. We were absolutely trashed. We didn't play to our full potential, and that is what happened. Don't play to your full potential, you'll get smashed. Now for United. Just putting some here. Andrews Skiriki Papa, thank you very much for joining the stream. Please drop a like if you haven't already done so. That would be very much appreciated. If I did pronounce your name wrong, I do massively apologise. Beswick, thanks for joining. The Juventus fan, I was expecting him to join the stream. I had a feeling he would join the stream. I knew he would. Because he'd always join when it's Juventus. Credit to Juventus, they were the better team. We just didn't perform to our best at all. We didn't perform to our full potential, and that's what happened. You don't play to your full potential against a team like Juventus. You try to sit back a lot and don't play well. If you don't play well against Juventus, you're going to obviously get outclassed, you're going to get dominated, you're going to get goals, you're going to concede loads of goals. I'm surprised we only conceded 1. David De Gea, I really hope David De Gea stays with us. Wouldn't say I want Jose Mourinho staying. But everyone's saying stop blame Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, for me, it's a 50-50 thing. Because half the time, Jose Mourinho is to blame if he gets the tactics wrong and he puts out the wrong starting lineup in the wrong positions and formation. The players are responsible for following his tactics and playing the football that is required and getting the results, whilst also keeping the other team at bay. We couldn't keep hold of Juventus at all. Juventus were absolutely superb. They were miles the better team, and Rob Beswick and all went to the game, and he'll have been a really happy bunny. Well, yeah. What Bezwick said, did you see Mourinho's post-match reaction? No, I haven't actually. Let me have a look. Is there anything saying what Jose Mourinho said? Jose Mourinho here says, let me just get it here. In the other side, there was huge quality. Sometimes people look for Ronaldo or Dybala, but in the top team, you have to look. You have to look to Chiellini and Bonucci. I think Juventus are the type of team that, when they're in front, it's very difficult. They remind me a bit like Boa. Now, I know this might sound daft because Juventus are in Champions League, Boa in the Championship, but I'm linking this towards Boa. Now, forgive me for doing this. I don't normally talk about Boa on the United stream, but this is exactly the same stuff as Boa. Once Boa are 1-0 up, or once Boa are leading, they never lose. If they're leading, they will not lose. I think over 60 times we've been ahead and we've won. We've not lost, I don't think, any time when we've been headed in the lead. And that's pretty much the same as Juventus. United way, we're leading 2-1 against Chelsea and we ball it. Rob said, thankfully I wasn't sat in the Stretford end. Thank God for that. Anyway, other things it said here. Chiellini and Bonucci, the two centre-back partners for Juventus, they are strong. They're both Italian. They have the good Italian link. They know each other for, well, they've known each other for how many, numerous years. They can work well with each other and they put in good defensive performances. I wouldn't say they needed to be that defensive against United because United weren't that good. Rob says the atmosphere from United fans was amazing. Boy, it really makes a change because after time our atmosphere sometimes has been dead. That's mainly in the cup games though. Juventus are used to the pressure, so there you go. That's the good thing about this. Is the thing about Juventus. They're always going to be on the top when they have good quality defenders. They have good quality defenders. Chiellini and Bonucci, Cancelo and Alexandro, I think, are the 4 defenders for them. And let me try to plug this charger in. Those 4 in defence get you wins. And we've seen that I've seen that in Serie A. I've seen somebody, I've been doing a bit of stuff on them. Matuidi's also an engine, says Roberto Beswick. Matuidi's fast, but I wouldn't say he's as fast as Adama Traore, who was at Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mean, no player's going to be as faster than, I think, Adama Traore or Jamie Vardy. The Tactical Show, thank you very much for joining the stream. Please drop a like if you haven't already done so. Very much appreciated, guys. But yeah, Matuidi's good as well. So, Juventus have a top quality side, but is it a side that's Is it a side with enough quality to win them the Champions League? One thing I will brag about, and I have said this a lot of times about Juventus, not on the streams, mind, but I have said this about Juventus before. A lot Juventus fans, right, since when they bought in Cristiano Ronaldo, the Juventus fans were saying that they were going to win every single competition, going to win the league, going to win the cup, and win the Champions League. This Juventus side is pretty much the same as last season. Right, it's pretty much the same as last season, apart from Ronaldo. If you don't have Ronaldo in that team, this wouldn't really, in my opinion, be classed as a Champions League winning team. Plus, don't forget this, and I'm not being biased by any chance, but this is honest, truth opinion, right? That squad there, without Ronaldo or possibly Dybala, is not a Champions League winning team. Ronaldo makes the difference, but he didn't make the difference, right? He did not make didn't make the difference against United. He didn't score against United, which was a good thing. Rob says if Douglas Costa had started from the off instead of that clown sideshow Bob lookalike Quadrado, we would have scored 3+. You really should have scored more than 1, I'll be honest with you, but I think we did well to actually, try and defend to our best. This is another thing that Jose Mourinho has said. But just going back onto my point just before I actually say this. My point will be in a bit of a muddle because I'll be wanting to say something else and then I'll be wanting to say this that I've been trying to say. Ronaldo in the squad a lot of the times can make the difference, right? He can make the difference for any club. Look at him at Real Madrid, for example. Won the Champions League in 2014, won it in 2016, 2017 and 2018. But Ronaldo in the Juventus squad, would that make Juventus 2019 champions? Possibly, possibly not. Possibly and possibly not. So, because when you look at some of the teams now, I know Real Madrid are the current holders, but without Ronaldo in their team, they're pretty poor at times, and they have been in La Liga. Barcelona, they've been Barcelona. They got Suarez, Messi, and who are absolutely lethal. I can imagine if Juventus play against Barcelona again in this Champions League, I could possibly see Juventus actually coming out on top. I could see Juventus winning it, but it would be an extremely tough job, and they've not won the Champions League since 1996. Am I right in thinking? Wobble, no. I think it was 1996. I know it was 1990s, but it was quite a long time. He says, I remember in 2016 when Chiellini and Bonucci pocketed Messi. Yep, 1996. Just a total guess. I knew it was 1996. I couldn't remember. I think it was 96, but yeah, it was 96. But this could be a Champions League winning team. I can't see United winning the Champions League. I'm sorry to say that, just because of the way that we've been playing these last couple of games, dropping points against Valencia, and then obviously losing 1-0 against Juventus in what was a poor performance, which we were lucky not to concede more than one. So we can't play too defensively. If United are going to even have any single chance of getting through this group stage, we need to put better performances in. Juventus away, I think we're going to get tonked after that, because we won't have home advantage. Juventus will have home advantage. The fans in Italy, the Italian atmosphere is electric half the time. I would still class Greece, Turkey, and Scotland as my top three best atmospheres around the world. Scottish teams are very good for that as well. But I think if I was going to put like teams from a country that have the best atmospheres, Italy would be in the top 5, I'd say, at least, because the Italians are very good with their atmosphere. The English, that's probably top 10 the most, but just depends which club it is after time. Going on to Jose Mourinho's second point, I think our attacking players. Things were not coming. I don't think that makes sense at all. I think that probably is a typo error from them. But everyone tried. Everyone was strong mentally to try until the end. Juventus felt it, and they ended the game with an extra central defender. That's the only issue when you don't change your formation. Now, Jose Mourinho has a habit of not changing formation. I don't know what formation he set out for the Juventus game. I'm guessing it'll be in the 4-3-3 formation again. He has a habit of playing the same formation, and playing the same formation all the time doesn't get you results. We have Everton next at home on Sunday. Now, that is a win. That is a must-win game. And Everton, they are a Merseyside rival, especially against Liverpool, Man City and United. So it is a rival we're up against. We're up against Wayne Rooney's old team, who, obviously, Wayne Rooney doesn't play for them anymore. We need to step up to the mark. And then we might get a win. But the important thing about Champions League, and this is for any team, you can take your mind off how good or bad you're doing in the actual league. It's the same with the cup. The cups, Champions Leagues, the domestic cups or Champions League or even Europa League, you can take your mind off how good or bad you are doing in the league. And I am just going to watch the highlights again. I'm watching the highlights again here whilst saying all this. This is... But something wasn't right about our attacking. we were shots shy at times. We were shot shy. I can't even say it. Shot shy half the time, which needs changing if we're going to actually have a chance of getting through this group stage. He also says, but Juventus is a different level of quality, I have to be honest. A level of quality, stability, experience, know-how. It was a really difficult match for us, and I thought we could take something, but it was not possible. I'm having a look at the goal again. That wasn't a goal. We left Paulo Dybala. It's 12th minute. I'm watching the highlights again. 12th minute. We were, we just left players unmarked. The goal as well. The ball comes into the bend area. It's kicked by Cuadrado, and Dybala is unmarked. He's unmarked. No one goes to him. Matic is supposed to be on him, and Dybala sends wrong foot David De Gea. David De Gea goes completely the wrong way, and that's 1-0. Now, Juventus absolutely dominated the game. There was no question about it. We were dominated, we were outclassed, and, we got what we deserved, which was knocked after that game. Jose Mourinho not blaming himself again. He's not. I don't think he's blaming anyone. But I think for us, our defence let us down a lot in that game, because some of the chances that Juventus had, especially Ronaldo's free kick there in the first half, which was saved by De Gea, and then the follow-up was saved as well. Half the time our defence was lazy. The defence for United relied too much on David De Gea most of the time, and that is the issue with us. We need to stop relying on David De Gea all the time, and just, our defence just needs to start waking up and actually playing defensively for once. United suffered a 4-1 defeat in the last 13 games at Old Trafford in all competitions, as many as in their previous 81 home matches. Juventus registers their first win at Old Trafford in the Champions League since November 1996, when they won 1-0 under the manager Marcelo Lippi, and that is when they actually won the tournament, I think, in 1996. United failed to score in consecutive home Champions League matches for the first time since November 2005. Only Messi and Dzeko have scored more Champions League goals this season than Juventus striker Paulo Dybala. Yeah. God, that bloody hell. They brought a lot of fans with them, Juventus. That's amazing away support there for a team that's travelled all the way from Italy. That's an amazing away support. It's about half of that stand full. That's brilliant. Max Allegri used all of his substitutions while Mourinho used none. That's the issue with Mourinho. Doesn't use substitutions half the time. Dybala was fantastic first half. First half faded out a bit second half. It's fatigue. Half the time it's down to fatigue, and half the time it's down to players will be tired, especially with it being a bit of a cold night from what it looked like. But only Messi and Dzeko scored more Champions League goals this season than Paulo Dybala. It was only by one. United attempted just 6 shots, their fewest in a home Champions League game since Bayern Munich in April 2014, which was also 6. Juventus unbeaten in 9 European matches against English opposition, losing in March 2010 against Fulham in the Europa League. I don't think that was the final. So what's next for these two teams? Well, United have an interesting test against Everton on Sunday at 4 o'clock. That's at Old Trafford. And that has to be a win. If we're going to have any chance of getting into the top 4 by the end of the season, we're going to have to get a win now. Juventus dropped their first domestic point of the season, actually, last weekend in the draw with Genoa, and they will travel to play Empoli on Saturday. And I'll be honest with you, Empoli have a decent team. They have Massimo Maccaroni, who both fans will remember very well, scored important goals to get both to the UEFA Cup final in 2006, and then obviously getting smashed 4-0 by Sevilla in the final. But their goals that we'll remember. Macamoni was lethal, but when he's playing at Empoli, he doesn't seem to be that good. He's normally better than what people would think, and he's not shown his capability of scoring against big teams. I think Juventus will beat Empoli, but I can see that being a bit of an interesting game. Statistics: 40% for United, 6 shots, 2 on target. At least we had a goal. Juventus 14 shots, 5 on target, outplayed, dominated on possession, dominated on corners, dominated on pretty much everything. So how does the table stand? Group G, no, Group H. Juventus top of the group on 9 points, not dropped points in any of their 3 Champions League games so far. United second on 4 points, with 1 win from the last 3, 1-1-1, 1-1, drawn 1 and lost 1. And that's out of the 3 games. Valencia drew obviously 1-1 against Young Boys. That was Young Boys' first point in the Champions League. Young Boys are bottom on 1 point, Valencia on 2. So there's only a 2-point lead separating United, 2 points separating United and Valencia. So we do need to start picking up the pace if we're going to get through here. Juventus away. I think everyone knows that Juventus is going to win that. The odds will be on Juventus winning that game as well. But who knows? It's going to be an interesting one, and both teams are going to go for it. It's not a question of can we actually do anything good. I think with the when it comes to playing Juventus when it comes to playing teams like Juventus, Real Madrid, Barcelona, even Bayern Munich, you just have to go with the flow. You're just going to have to say, I think the only thing we can really do here is just give it a good go. We gave it a go. Didn't turn out how we wanted it to, but I think at the end of the day, you can't argue with the result. We were dominated, totally beaten, and Juventus deservingly got the 3 points. And they certainly deserved it for their efforts because they were absolutely superb. We seem to fall to bit a lot in the important games, and that's happened a lot in the Premier League as well. I will remember that. Premier League, that is an issue for us because we have a habit of we certainly drop points against big teams. We drop points against small teams as well. And that's a lot of the teams have a bad habit of doing that, dropping points against these smaller teams like I don't know, Wolves, for example, for United and stuff. And we just have to start picking it up. We just have to pick it up. We just have to go again on Sunday, get a win, and then everyone will be happy, joyful, and then we might actually see some improvements. But listen, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Please drop a like if you haven't already done so. Get your comments in the comment section down below. Did anyone predict the correct? Did anyone get the correct scoreline? I don't think so. No one predicted the correct scoreline. I'm not too certain. I will actually just before I end the stream. Keep getting your comments in the live chat just a second. I'm going to go and get the book, see if anyone did get the prediction right. Right. So here we go. Rob Beswick's putting a couple of comments in. Oh, he's only put one. This is what happens though when United face world-class teams. We do fall apart, I agree. You're against top teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, with brilliant talented teams. And that's what does happen. Happens with a lot of English clubs. You play against top quality sides and you crumble. You totally crumble. I mean, Liverpool don't seem to crumble under the pressure, especially against PSG. How the hell they won that game, I don't know. So, that was wrong. No, they were all wrong. All the predictions were wrong. Oh. All the predictions that I was given are wrong. Plus, I did get some predictions at the Borough game as well, I know that. So I'll just check the preview as well. The Bayern Munich score predictions were wrong as well. So that. Napoli are 1-0 up at PSG. Oh dear. Don't think anyone expected that. Let me have a look at the preview. And obviously it was 1-0 to Juventus. And if you have just joined, Dybala was the one who scored for Juventus. One-footed the goalkeeper. He sent David De Gea the wrong way by I think taking it with his left foot. De Gea thought he was going to go into De Gea thought he was going to go to his right. Dybala went to David De Gea's left. Let's have a look at here. Have a go. Here we go. So let's have a look. Anyone got the prediction right? I'm sure I added the correct ones. 2-1, no. 3-1, no. 2-1, no. No one got the prediction right. So I can actually end the stream there. Listen guys, thank you very much for joining the stream. I'm looking forward to Sunday's game against Everton. Should be an interesting one. Hopefully United can get back to winning ways. Obviously, it is the Champions League, so it doesn't go down on our league record. But it is a defeat. We have to take it on the chin. We were totally outplayed. Juventus were the better team. Deservedly got the win. We deserved pretty much nothing. We didn't do that much. But the good thing was that we did have a go. We were against a really tough world-class team as well. So we did well to actually get a couple of shots away. But at the end of the day, I'm just pleased that we didn't get absolutely tortured and demolished by a couple of goals. So listen guys, thank you very much for joining the stream. I've been Darryl Johnson. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Get your comments in the comment section down below. And we will see you later. Good night.